First, we have to say our names. I'm Kristi Campbell.
I'm Melinda Smith.
And this is Two WIT, a podcast for women in tech
doing life. Yes!
Yes! And then there's me. And then there's dancing. And
now there's video.
Maybe we'll show people the video. Maybe not. But we'll try. So there might be video. There could be video. Okay.
I have to remember that, though, because if there's not, I don't want to do that. Like, here, look at this thing. And that's very not good for audio only.
That's very true. Okay, are we starting? We're going for
it. It's happening.
This is happening.
I missed you.
So here's the deal. Once upon a time, it was October 30th of 2020. And we released our last episode. And we were like, this does not spark joy right now. And so since after COVID, since I don't know, now a year-ish, we've been like, we should get the band back together and keep doing this. And so now we are. And it's funny because we've talked so much about it. And one of the things that I want to eventually maybe add as a segment once we make decisions, if ever, is like ADHD related things, because and just helping people understand them, but also with real life examples, because the perfectionism piece is so much that it's like, oh, well, other podcasts do this. Should we just do this? What new segments do we want? How long are they going to be? What schedule are they going to be on? And it just makes the brain shut down. That's too hard. So I'm going to do none of those steps.
I want to do 75, and if I can't, and I can only do 74, I'm not doing it at all.
Right? Yeah. No, we have to figure it all out before we even start. But what the whole reason we started doing this was to stay in better touch
and to
talk
fun
about things going on in our life and people related to it. Because for literal years, people have stopped us both at events and been like, "Hey, when are you going to start podcasting again?" So,
I've missed it. I loved doing this.
I know, and if nothing else, nobody listens to it, and I just get to talk to you. So
it's still fun. It's still fun. And again, using that broadcasting degree or certificate. I don't know if it's a degree
all
per se.
The skills. So, so we're starting easy. We're literally just trying to record something. And today's something is, what have you been up to since October 30th of 2020? So
I didn't even think we made it that long. I thought it was beginning of 2020, but...
Yeah. Well, I think it was like we had a few guests lined up, so we were like trying to make fetch happen. And then like Brad had moved in and COVID started, so his computer was like in my computer room, and so there was just not as much fun stuff to talk about and not the right scenario. So
yeah, it kind of
but
COVID kind of sucked the joy out of everything.
Right? Ugh. But
no.
We're on the other side of that world and back to sort of normal world. So, Melinda, what's something that's changed in your life since 2020? Where do you want to start?
4 years. Oh, my gosh. Well, happy that we're doing this because it was always fun. And I liked doing it. And then we talked about it repeatedly to bring it back. Okay. Oh, my gosh. So, 4 years.
Yeah.
I guess it's a lot, but not. Does that make sense? Like Josh is still good. Olive's still good. She's in junior high at an all-girls school focusing on community and leadership and athleticism. Ooh. Movement, I should say, because she's not like joining. She's not very sporty. That's fine.
Movement.
Yeah. Like, making sure that they know that it's important to move your body. They have to wear athletic type gear. Mm-hmm. So that's just like normal but good, same. I've had, I was at Arcus for so long, and then I had like 5 jobs in 2 years, and it was like this thing was going to be amazing and didn't work out, and then this other thing was going to be amazing and didn't work out, and then I went to a huge company, and it was fine. Then I got laid off.
It was fine.
Like, it's just, when you are like employee number 60,000, let's say, and your mandatory training is to listen to the Q1 projections and delivery from the CFO and the CEO. I'm like, you are so far removed from me. I don't know how your projections for the entire company affect my little team. It just was
my little part of it.
Yeah, I'm like over here in the little Salesforce world. And then I was doing contract work kind of on the side for a couple people. And then now I'm just doing that solely. I decided I was scared about it because...
Yeah, it's a scary thing.
Well, and you work with yourself like, oh my God. And then I realized, and with the help of Jason, of being like, okay, well, what's the biggest, scariest thing? I'm like, insurance. How do I get insurance? And he's like, you buy it. I'm like, wait, what? You just buy it? You just buy insurance? And he's
There's
like, yeah.
Like a person whose job it is, I think, to help.
I was like, oh.
Probably.
So it's just not that scary. So I just ended up chatting with more people, and now I'm doing it, and I signed up to be a partner. So I should be approved tomorrow, my 15-day grace period or whatever. Right now I'm a partner with Salesforce. Not like on the App Exchange or anything.
On
like
some
no one needs that
hypothetical
shit.
Tomorrow, this may come out in 2026.
Oh, sure.
So
yep. Just
at some past
no dates.
Point.
Say no dates.
Probably.
Yeah. We'll I'm doing
no, we won't.
my own thing, and I'm liking it. I knew that it would be a bit of a hustle. Huh?
Okay. What did you call it?
Oh, when I first named the business, I wasn't thinking I was going to do anything but a side hustle. So I came up with something real creative called Consult on Demand. But it gets the point across.
Sure.
So then I just kind of leaned all into that, and I really am happy. Like I know that sounds crazy. Was not expecting that part. At all. Like I knew it would be a little bit harder, and I'd have to hustle, and I have to hold back my own taxes, and I have to kind of be my own salesperson. Mm-hmm. But I just did not see the extra super, super happiness. Like on the weekends, how can I work on this? Or I'm going to check my email. Like it's a whole different, motivation. Like I like to work.
Mm.
I know.
It's really interesting because of course, I need to relate this, and thus will tell a story about me, but really I'm just trying to relate to you. But it sounds like
I get how ADHD works.
Endless cycles. My therapist was like, therapists aren't really supposed to tell you what to do, but please don't ever start a business again. And that's because, as part of my life update, right, I decided I didn't want to be the adult on the Southeast Dreamin' team anymore. And so that was really the reason I had a business. So it's like a weird non-business, right?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't trying to make income. I didn't have employees or insurance or any of that nonsense. Right. Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't have, I was trying to be a business, but not a business. And even that was hard. So I like that for a real business, right? You've got the different flavors of like, oh, I could go do some sales. I could go figure this thing out. I could try blah, blah, blah. And that sparks happiness. That's a good...
It does. It's great. And I have this whole plan. I worked with a friend of mine named ChatGPT to build a LinkedIn marketing plan. And I haven't done it yet because I want to like pre-book it and map it out.
Okay.
And then I've been having like friend of a friend call, or I thought of you calls. So little opportunities that keep coming up. So I want to see how those shake out.
Speaking of which...
Hey, Google, stop.
Is there business coming right now?
It's like I invited it. Anyways, I want to see what those shake out because I'm just little old me. So if I do a LinkedIn marketing plan and something comes of that, and then 2 or 3 of these other things shake out, I can't do that all.
Right. Okay. If you hear my paper, I'm gonna start a parking lot because this is a new thing I've decided to try and do sometimes. When I'm trying to focus on one thing, I can't stop the other buses of ideas from driving by my mental...
Yeah, they're not going to stop.
But I could not get on those I can stay on my bus, but also I think I had a referral for you.
Ooh.
So we're going to write that on down to hypothetically maybe do it again. Okay, so that's great. You've got new job things going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird, too, that, like, if someone doesn't, like, bails out, like, I had, like, 2 or 3 things that were, like, for sure deals and going to go through, and they just don't. And they're under no obligation to.
Sure.
And I don't think I'm ever going to go down a road of wanting a ton of people, so I'll have, like, a backlog of stuff, like, it's just me. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of odd, but I've had, help of my mom's, like, financially to kind of help out since I was laid off in September and never got employment to figure out. And that's a whole another story. And when I tell you that it was difficult, then I had to have a hearing.
This is what's crazy. I don't know any of this part. Like, how did we not talk about this? But also, good, we're talking about it now.
I just was filing.
Had to have a hearing. Okay.
And then you have to get on, like, Connect Colorado. You have to go on a job website. You just have to be logged into it or a member of it. And then you can look at whatever jobs. And you submit your thing weekly, fine.
Sure.
Well, I couldn't get into the site because apparently I'd used an email before, so I couldn't reset the password for an email I didn't have. There's no offices. You have to call like 2 minutes before they open to even get in queue, or you get a hold of no one. So I did this for a couple of weeks and finally went down to somewhere that got me logged in. So as I'm talking to someone in unemployment, I said, I couldn't get in. And he's like, well, you should file...
retroactively?
No, what do you call it? File a claim, something like that. Because he's like, that's not really your fault. You couldn't get into the website, so you should get benefits for that. Okay. So I do, but then it holds everything up. Now everything's at a pause. My unemployment benefits is like nothing's happening. I'm still filing. And now I have a case and I have to have a hearing over the phone. And the guy swore me in while I...
With your hand on your own Bible?
On the phone. And he's like, Olive's sitting right next to me and he's like, raise your right hand. And so I did. I was like, okay. And she's looking at me like, why are you doing that? He's on the phone. But basically...
Not even on Zoom? Like literally just on the phone?
Oh, no, just telephone. And then he's very, very not humorous. Nothing is funny. He has no time for my shit. And he's explaining this to me. And then he's like, well, why couldn't you go in to find an office sooner? I said, I don't know. I was doing a lot of interviews. Is there anything that could have kept you from that? Do you have, no car? I said, no, things got busy. I have a kid. I didn't get into it. Like, that's on me. And I try to tell him more of the story. He's like, nope, I'm only focused on these 2 weeks. Basically doesn't care about my unemployment history or me trying to get logged in or get benefits. And as he's talking to me, they have to approve it. And I said, wait, I need to make a clarity. Because we kind of go back and forth and I'm, honest as I remember. Do you remember this date? No, I don't know. Sure. He's like, well, because he'll ask me a question and I'll give him a date and he'll say, well, I show here it's, blah, blah, blah date. Okay.
If you already knew, then why are you asking me?
So towards the end, he's like, do you have any other questions? And I said, let me understand this. What we're trying to determine is if I should get benefits for the 2 weeks that I couldn't get in to the website, but it's my fault because I didn't make a more valiant effort. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, basically. And I said, oh, well, I wouldn't have filed a claim then. I know it's on me. I didn't get to it. But he still was just like, all right, well, you'll have my decision in writing. And if you would like... If you would like a written transcript of this, this will be $75 for however many minutes and however many words. And I was like, no, I'm solid. I'm good. I don't need it.
But also, it was okay. I hate it.
Held everything up. I never got it. Even for the weeks I filed correctly, I never got anything. So I gave up. So thank goodness my mom was able to help me out. And I, have another income in the household to, go down this path. But it was awful. They make it so hard and you can't talk to anybody. There's no offices here. I looked up what I thought was an unemployment office. And when I tell you, I went to this front door, it was like the street just became The Walking Dead. It was 2 ramps up to a double door and leaves, dried leaves were all blown into the corner and the glass was kind of foggy. And I look in the glass and each of the doors, it's actually a window and doors on each side. There's this contraption. When you were in high school and then they would wheel out the TV on that little rack, whatever. So it's like that with an amp with 2 cords that are going to big speakers at each door. I was like, what is this office? But it was not a real office. Ma'am. Sorry. Basically, we're not going to help you here. Go home. Yeah, it was stupid.
You couldn't even get in? See?
No, it was a non-office. There were no people in it. Wires were hanging from the ceiling. It definitely, I turned the corner, and it was The Walking Dead. Very confusing and scary.
Well, I'm happy you survived it.
I mean, I did. I didn't get any money, but I survived.
Listen, you tried. You could have told them.
I mean, it's mine. I pay into it for this particular situation. And they were like, no, we don't think so.
Okay, we can't stay down this rabbit hole because otherwise we could complain for an hour.
And I'm over
weird, and I hate it.
I don't want my own money back.
Fine, take my money.
Take it.
Work on my roads. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Okay.
Did you buy your new house in the time that we were not doing this?
I did. It's been a little over a year that we bought a new house. So, Brad moved in a month before COVID. So we went from seeing each other twice a week to working in the same room. And it went great. But because I had already lived there, he moved into my house, which was halfway between his and my offices. So, ha 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 on us for a month that he actually did that commute. And so we just never really commingled his stuff in very well. And we didn't have a lot of space for like work, non-work separation. It was kind of like bedroom, work, computer room, or living room, right? So, we moved to the suburbs of Charlotte, closer to his parents' house, and over doubled our space. And
it's pretty.
Yeah, it's like it hits a lot. It checks a lot of boxes. One of which is there's a marina in our neighborhood, and he bought a pontoon boat.
Fun.
It then definitely floated away in a hurricane. After the hurricane, the water took the entire dock and floated
This is
away.
mine now.
Because it's like they literally couldn't contemplate when they built it that the water could get that high. So I guess there's like, the dock is held on to a post or something, and it just left.
Bye.
So ours is one of two boats they never found again. So it's at the bottom of the river or something. So we did get one picture. So basically, this is the craziest thing to me. So there's these boat salvage people that this is their job. It's like boat AAA, right? So
boat missing person?
Yeah, right.
Boating person?
So they were like finding boats and docks and whatever, and like tying them off places to be like, I can't deal with this right now, but I want it to not float. And what happened is the water was so high that it ran into the bridge. So there's this railroad trestle bridge that's not in use anymore, but it like smacked the dock and the boats into the bridge. So we got a picture of a dock tied up to a tree where our boat is literally sticks, and like you can see the trolling motor popping out, and you can see the bimini cover color, and like it's just like a pile of twigs. And then the one next to it, completely fine, got a dent in the bimini, and that's it.
I don't know what a bimini
on
is.
the boat. So it's just crazy. Anyway, so then he got a new boat. By the way, these are all like Facebook Marketplace secondhand fishing pontoon boats. These are not like fancy boats, but it's been great. So now he's like basically parked in the equivalent of the alley at the marina until they rebuild the dock.
Yeah.
So,
that's so bananas.
It was crazy, but
it's like bye.
Yeah, right. So we got the new house, and still figuring it all out, but it's great. I have more crafty space.
Yes.
And so much of my brain, fun thing about ADD is object permanence, right? Once something is somewhere, it lives there, right? Or it's like a project that I know I'm already going to do, but I don't want to do it right now, so it doesn't exist. So all my craft stuff had been in boxes and closets and like hiding,
Yeah.
And so I just wasn't, and I didn't have room for it, and blah, blah, blah. So,
well, it's not fun to have to take it out and put it back. Like I bought a moving table with leaves for art stuff because I would not do crafts that I like to do because I don't want to take it all out, put it on the kitchen table, and then what, it lives there, then we can't eat there.
Can I even
so I just
finish
wouldn't.
in the time period, right?
And that's pressure.
What if I already used all my effort points just to find all the things? Yeah. Then
I'm done now.
So, yeah. So we got some new space, and it's been really good. Living the dink life.
Yeah.
With no kids. We did get a second dog, which actually
From the one and only?
Mr. Axel's still holding out. He's almost on his sweet 16.
Oh, no, I meant like you got Nora from someone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's kind of tied to the house story and Source, which is funny. So, long story long. Probably.
Yay!
Flying to Dreamforce.
Podcasting.
23. And I ran into Chris Zillow at the airport. He lives in Greensboro, so he flew to Charlotte to then fly to San Francisco. And he's like, oh, hey, do you want a dog? Do you need a dog?
You're like,
and
right
I was
now?
like, I'm under contract for a new house. Like, a lot of shit's going down in my life right now. But
Yes.
if it's like a medium-sized brown dog, then maybe. And he was like, "Brr, brr, brr," and she is. So they found her on their street in Greensboro. But then after Dreamforce, I was like, okay. And he was like, well, now my kids have named her. Like, we might want to keep this dog. So I was like, cool, because we had to move, right? Which is just a unique hell in of itself. Like, it's fine. So then around Thanksgiving, he was like, 4 kids and 2 dogs is too much. Like, are you interested?
He has 4 kids?
He has 2 kids, and he has 3 of his own dogs. 2 or 3? 3. So this was a 4th dog. And his kid does, like, traveling sports, right? So...
I swear you said 4 kids and 2 dogs.
No.
2 kids
Maybe
and 4
I
dogs.
did, but I didn't
But still,
need to.
that's a lot.
Either way, yeah. He was like, this is too much. Do you still want this dog? So we went and met her, and, so she just turned 2, and she's still kind of an asshole, but she's super cute. And, also life update. I've become a person who sleeps with my dog in my bed.
Yes.
And I was really not going to be that person because I appreciate my sleep and my space, and I pay for this house, and but it's Brad's love language. Like, he just loves it so much, and
they're good little snuggle buddies. Felix sleeps with me when Josh is gone, so then when he's there, he's like, "Can I?" But we only have a queen because we have a small house. Mm-hmm. There's no room for him. But then every once in a while, he'll like daintily get up at the foot of the bed and then like try and like snake his body up like we won't notice.
I love it. I just love. So I talked to him about it after a little while because I was like, I'm a physical touch person, and like my cuddle meter is getting low because we literally don't cuddle anymore because there's a dog in the middle. Yeah. So sometimes when she's like in another room or whatever and we'll cuddle, she'll come in there and she just has no concept of her own space and or just doesn't. And she'll just shove herself in the middle. Like she's literally cock blocking me. And it's like, what the heck, man? Don't you know how puppies are made? Just kidding. But yeah, she's real cute. She's a ball dog, so she just likes to play, which Axel's a little too old for, so he's kind of like, whatever. But, yeah, it's good. A little puppy energy. Not puppy, but she does still crap in my house sometimes.
No.
Jerk.
No!
I know. So how's Felix, the dog? Not a cat.
He's good. He's still a maniac.
But he gets to go on the dog bus. I love the idea that there's dog play bus places.
He goes to a Zoomies Canine Club. I think he might be running numbers. I'm afraid that he might get booked, busted for racketeering. But yeah, they come get him.
If you're not getting your unemployment money, you got to get it somewhere.
I mean, shit, right? See, so they pick him up and he goes and runs off leash with like a bunch of other dogs at I think it's someone's house, just a big yard space, and then they bring him home. And we've got the keyless entry, so I give him a code, and if I'm downstairs in my office or sometimes I'm unloading the dishwasher and I'm like, I don't feel like stopping, so they'll just come in and get him and go. I'm like, bye. But yeah, he's a good boy. He's still just a bit of a maniac. He is not a car dog. He gets in the car and just loses his shit. Really? It's just like, and I think he's overly excited. He's like, and I love him, but let me tell you, I've never more wanted to leave him on the side of the road. Just open the door, and I'm like, go bark out there. It's bad, but we know it, so we don't do a lot of car rides. I really wanted to take him everywhere, but
yeah, it's a weird. So Axel is about, like I said, he's 15. he's losing his eyesight and hearing. He's losing usage of his back legs, right? So, but he's just my heart dog, right? So, he is now wants a chew every evening, and we keep them in where we sit on our computers, and so he will just stand there and bark. And bark and bark and bark and bark and bark. And it's like, listen, I want to sit at my computer and do this. Like, I've chosen. So I've convinced myself of this whole side theory that he's actually like my ADHD companion. And because when I get up, he stops. Maybe because he thinks he can herd me over to Chew Town. I don't know. But
maybe
so
you
it's
need
like
water.
Forces me to be productive.
He's a support dog.
Right? He's my, yeah. I guess. Well, that's what I choose to believe. I choose to believe he's trying to help me instead of definitely trying to drive me fucking bananas.
Out of your...
And so most of the time, Brad and I have talked about this recently, where it's like, okay, I can have like 3 paths of thought. So if I'm having a path that I'm good on and you're barking, that's fine. But if I need to have multiple paths and you're barking, like, I cannot. Like,
yeah.
But it's weird nuance, right? Like, I don't want you to do this, but my brain's okay with it right now. Versus, like, I literally can't think unless you shut up. But I love you so much. But I don't want to give you the chew when you bark at me, because then I'm reinforcing your bad behavior.
Yeah, I know, bark more.
And
I love that. I have a kid for all of that.
It's like
don't
daily.
give in.
It's like it's like Groundhog Day of barking. So
they just don't know.
I know.
Why?
But also, like, the chews are good for your teeth. It's fine. But then you give it to him. He doesn't even, like, lay down and relax. He, like, stands, and then his legs are giving out, so he's, like, crooked. It's the most not relaxing thing ever. And he thinks she's going to steal it. It's just, it's like, we used to call him anxiety chews, because he would walk around, and, like, you'd have to sit down and be not moving, so he could sit down and chew on it. But it's been good. He's mostly okay. Knock on wood, which I can't do too loud because then the dogs hear it and bark.
Yeah, do not mimic the barking
Definitely
noise.
do that on Zoom calls sometimes, accidentally.
I learned the hard way that commercials do the Ring doorbell noise that comes standard, and I didn't know you could change it. So even if I change it now, it doesn't matter. So every time it's on a commercial or something that has it in it, he loses his.
Oh my god, my favorite thing though is
brain.
when barking dogs on Zoom make the other person's dog bark on Zoom. I don't know why. Like, it's just hilarious to me.
It's amazing.
It's just great.
Speaking of Zoom, where are you working at? Is it the same as 2021?
Ooh, speaking of Zoom, speaking of all the meetings you had, no, I feel like you need a turn. I feel like I've been talking a lot. We already know you're not working where you were. Are you still, I don't know. Are you still working on the Witness Success team?
No. So Jocelyn and I handed off the reins, speak, Melinda.
In the past of some time.
Yes. And then we were still kind of around for the event up until the one this last summer. Okay. And then now we're like officially out, like not in the Slack channel, totally handed over the reins. It was hard.
How do you feel about it? Yeah.
It was hard at first. It's such a love project of mine. But I've done it for 8 years and it needed fresh blood, and I just needed to kind of move on. The things that should have been fun were kind of get frustrating or annoying, and I don't want it. It's such a special place that I didn't want it to be. I would be annoyed. Right. So yeah, pass that on, and then in that last 4 years, 3. Wait, what did we say? 21, 20. God.
20. And it's 25 years. Now, by the way. So, but it's October 20, so it's 4.5.
I officiated Stacy and Yancey's wedding, which was a blasty blast. And then I officiated Lauren and Ben's wedding, so that was flippin' awesome.
Oh, wait, Lauren and Ben?
Yeah. I was like, what?
The Loopy Boopies.
Yeah, the Balululupi, which was also a ton of fun. I danced so hard. Well, so their backyard was a little wet, so I danced in my bare feet, and I looked like one of those horror movies when they zoom in on the feet, because I had to get in the tub of my hotel and rinse my feet off, and it looked like I'd risen from the dead. My feet were so just mucked.
Do you have like Hobbit feet? What kind of horror
yes,
movie show?
It was just so dirty. Yeah, so that is wedding number 2 and number 3 in my life.
Ooh, okay.
So that's been fun.
Officiating.
Yeah, it's been super
Not including
fun.
your own wedding.
I did get it wrong, Stacy and Nancy's, which was fine, but like I don't remember how I got it wrong, but I basically was like Stacy, do you? And then in a different way said like, do you? Like just not. He didn't invite him into it. It was like, do you take him? And then the way I phrased it was like, and do you take him to something? However I screwed up, it was funny because it just was like mostly directed at her, and I was like, yep, that's right.
We're really
women
worried about
first.
You. He's just along for the ride, yeah. I know, just as a caveat, if either of them are listening, I do know how to pronounce her last name correctly, but I just find it more fun to say, because it's one of those names. It's like it could go various ways, and so my brain has stored it as Baloopy Boopy.
Oh, I've been calling him Balalululululoopy for years.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm sure
he's
going to come to. He's going to
taught me to say it correctly, and I was like, no, it's more fun my way.
I should clarify. I've of all the years we've been doing this, and not in the MVP. I'm an alum now. I'm not doing user groups. I'm not doing witness. We weren't doing the podcast. It was like good in the sense at first where you don't have all these extra obligations, and I don't want to let anyone down. I want to make sure the user group is good, or I want to make sure witness is good, or when you're in the MVP program, you want to participate and do the things when you're asked. So it's been nice, but also now, especially since we've been talking about this for a year, I kind of miss the fun connection, because everything's different.
Well, yeah, because so many people left not Twitter. And I feel
and
like
I
a
think
lot
that
of
ever since COVID, just like the way you communicate and connect is different.
Yeah.
And a lot of people left Twitter before the mass exodus. And I'm on Blue Sky. I'm really I don't engage as much as I used to.
Yeah.
So I think I even had this in like a topic is, how are people connecting anymore with the community? Because I'm not really on like the Trailblazer. I never go there unless I'm going to look for something.
I still call it the success community. So
I know. But I call it the trail. Yeah. I'm not on Twitter. Like the going to events is great, but now that I'm doing my own thing, I don't really know which ones I will be footing the bill for. Yeah. And I know we have
it's a business expense.
Yeah.
It's like Schitt's Creek. It's a write-off. You just write it off.
I need a business credit card. Ooh. So I'm curious, and just caveat, we'll be talking about a lot of stuff, but I think that we're going to start an email or a link.
Some kind of way for people to give us feedback.
Yes. Ask questions and you can answer, or things you want to talk about. But I would be curious to know, how are you... people connecting with the community. I mean, besides local user groups. Like,
dang it. That was going to be my answer. Why does it have to be besides that?
I mean, that counts. It counts.
Okay, so first of all, I still lead the Charlotte Women in Tech user group. We are having our annual Galentine's Day event coming up.
Yes.
Or in the past, depending on when this comes out. And I do okay with it. I'm ready to add a co-leader and maybe not do it as much anymore. But I'm a very good participant. I just struggle with decisions and accountability sometimes for things that don't have to have deadlines, right? So we have a really strong user group community here, which is good, but it's such an interesting balance, just like you were talking about with Witness, right? Of like, has the season passed that it's like not as fun anymore, right? Like, or not that it's not as fun. I don't know. It's just not the same, I guess.
I think older...
That's okay.
Older guard, maybe. Like, we've done those things, and now our focus is maybe on other stuff. Home stuff. Just the career part, not the trying to make connections. Not that I'm not, but it feels different. I think because a lot of them stayed virtual. Like, a lot of user groups are still doing, like, maybe one or two in person, still staying virtual.
But also... there's only so many relationships I can maintain. So I think that's part of it too, right? Yeah. I actually, the big change that happened in the MVP program in our period of non-casting, is that they created essentially term limits. So you can only be renewed 5 times before you go into the Hall of Fame.
Right. What did they brought that out 2 years ago?
Yeah. So Dreamforce 23 was the big, like, you had, I think I was at like 7-ish by then. Maybe not. Math's hard. But some people, like my friend Jackie Trivieso, had been for like 10 years, right? She was like almost OG. You still had Steve Moe and Alex Sutherland in there.
Yeah.
From the very first class of MVPs. And so that was the big year, and now it's going to, like, cycle through. And it's really interesting because, first of all, the benefits that you get as MVP, a lot of it is access, right? And not only to, like, product managers at Salesforce and things like that, but, like, to each other, honestly. So there's a lot of that, which doesn't change if I'm Hall of Fame. We do get our certifications covered, most of them, the affordable ones, right? Not like the big classes and whatever, which didn't used to be a Hall of Fame benefit, but now it is, right? So it's not that much different. And it's a really interesting, like, stress, right? Am I going to get it? Because, as we've discussed in the past, there's no, like, do A, B, C, D, E things and you're in, right? There's so many, and now, right, when we started podcasting, there weren't that many. Now there's, like, podcasts, there's vlogs, I'm not even thinking of the real new words of things, right? You've probably got freaking TikTok Salesforce influencers, right? So we were starting some of the first Dreamin' events, right?
Yeah.
And now virtual, non-virtual, global, like, all, now there's, like, DevOps Dreamin', right? So
yeah. I mean, when I heard that, was it this last year was Midwest?
Dreamin'?
Oh my God, yes. Midwest Dreamin' was 10 because I'm like, and this year is 8, I believe, for Witness. That I was like, from my mind, they had been around for so long, not just a couple years before we started Witness. So it's crazy to think that Southeast Dreamin', Midwest, and Witness are really, like, kind of the OGs, really. I didn't know that until literally last year. I had no idea. I thought, Midwest had been around for 20 years, some shit.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because the first Midwest I went to, someone was like, we should do this in the Southeast, and then we did it, and so...
You're like, okay.
Again, right? I think this 25 is 8, I think. So anyway, it's just... But... I joke that we're trailblazers, right? But it is kind of, right? Yeah. You have this season where you're establishing your brand and doing all the shit you're supposed to do and trying to make more money and get better jobs and whatever.
Make the connections to the hive brain and the people that can carry you through layoffs or, it's true.
And the programs like that help you build those connections, but eventually... I mean, not like I'm tapped out. I don't need any new friends, for sure. But, I don't know. It's just not as much of a priority to be proactive about it, right? So, I've been focusing a lot more energy on my local groups and potentially events I want to attend, right? So, yeah. So that's...
Yeah, the call for speakers came open for a few events coming up this year. And I went to submit... mostly out of, like, knee-jerk reaction because I do like to talk, oddly enough, and usually a company will take care of some of the, and then I was like, I don't want to. If I want to go to London's Calling their tenure, like, I just want to go. I don't have to be doing something.
But also it's really interesting, too, because I feel like going to your regional events or, like, me going to your events, there's definitely someone you know, right? And you have, like, a pal.
Yeah.
I went to Northeast Dreamin' a few years ago, and yes, I know people there, but I didn't have, like, a event buddy, that, like, you assume you're having dinner together.
Yeah.
Right? And you sit at lunch together, right? So, I mean, I can talk to a chair for half an hour. I can sit at a lunch table and do whatever, but it was just an interestingly different experience when I didn't have, like... For example, when I go to Forcelandia, that's some of, like, my favorite people on the planet, right? So it's, like, just a get-together, and I don't have to worry about my social life. But at certain events, but like I want to try new events because I want to meet new people, learn new things, do blah 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 blah. So, yeah, we'll have to get into future us talking about what events are on our radar. Although you just said maybe none, like so it's the final Tahoe.
There are so many now, and do they need to change? Do they like the sponsorship? Their companies aren't excited. I think it was Tableau. I think it was Tableau. Some inner Salesforce product that we were talking about sponsorship one of the years. And he just basically was like, look, I don't see the ROI. I was like, okay.
I mean,
and he's not wrong.
Sure.
But there was a time that it was just exposure to be a part of it. And I don't think it's like that anymore. And it's really saturated. And that was like another hard thing of, when you grow it's been 8 years with the conference that there's so many now that it's hard to feel
special,
unique. I mean, it is still a little bit different, but
sure.
And I don't know if that's still the event. And I even hear from other people that employers are like, why? Like, why would I send you? When in the past it was like, heck yeah, your personal brand, or people know my company, or like go commune.
Economic headwinds, right? Like company budgets and stuff too. I actually, so I started working at Cirrus in 2021. I think I actually started telling this story 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
But I at the first Tahoe Dreamin' I went to, I had a bus ride next to the now CEO of Cirrus Insight, who at that time had a company called Zenbit. And we had a really like pivotal conversation in my journey, right? I was trying to figure out like, okay, I'm the MVP. I started Southeast Dreamin', like what's my next thing? And so we just had a really good conversation. And so he sponsored Southeast Dreamin', and we had kept in touch, and he reached out to me because Zenbit and Cirrus Insight merged. And they basically kept the Zenbit leadership, including him and the marketing director he's worked with forever, who I also knew from these years of running events and things. And they basically not created a role for me, right? But it's a little bit unique in that I report through marketing because working for a partner, I'm marketable, right? And we talked about that branding, right? So, in the community, I'm... me, Kristi Force, right? So,
yes.
It was really interesting because last year my boss was like, we don't really have budget to send you to events this year. And I was like, listen, I get it. I understand all the words that are coming out of your mouth, but I also want to make sure that you remember like where we started, right? Being, this sounds so like I'm talking like my alter ego, but like being Kristi Force requires an investment of time. Right? And relationship building and all those kind of things. Just like, getting new contracts, right? Like for you, right? So like, not for nothing, like if that's what you want, then I have to be able to do these things. So I'm not like ready to quit over it, but I just wanted you to like be aware, right? It's a challenge. And so they actually like bought me a flight with credit card points, which was really nice. And then I don't have to take any time off for events, which is, not a benefit, right? So was a good middle ground. So so now it's weird to think about that I've been there almost 4 years. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Because I still feel like there's things I wanted to do when I started, and I haven't done that. But that's okay, because I've done
I'll have those moments where I'm like, I want to start user groups for consultants. Stacey and I talked about that once. We even came up with like a name.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, for what? Like, what are we going to network? Are we going to give each other leads? Like, what's the difference of... And, we had it at the time. We had like an idea for it. And then I went through, phases of, I want to go volunteer at this nonprofit and teach them Salesforce. And I think it just depends on where, like, life is.
Right.
And right now, it's all about, I have to focus on this little tiny business that I'm working on. Does Axel need a greenie?
Oh, can you hear them? Sorry. No.
I was like, you just mentioned that
man came.
Oh, how dare he?
How dare he? He's delivering me an Etsy impulse buy, so it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. So I I think, but like you said too, I don't not want to be a part of the community. I'm still like, friends, we still reach out, but I think we've also reached that phase 2 where I have those people's phone numbers now. Like it's not, I'm just going to talk to you on Twitter or LinkedIn. I talked to Aaron today, and maybe people I don't have their phone number, but also I have a lot of people's phone numbers, and we just get to text people.
Which sometimes feels like such a weird flex,
Yeah, right.
Like, I actually have Charlie's phone number.
He's just, he's always in the mix. He's like one of the...
Well, yeah, and he saved my bacon by driving me. I couldn't, again in Tahoe, I couldn't get a hold of the bus people because I decided to take an earlier flight. And so he drove me to the airport. So we talked for an hour and a half, right? So,
well, speaking of events, this is Tahoe Dreamin's last year, and it's in May. I want to try and make it happen.
I submitted to speak, so
because it's their last one, and it was the second event I ever went to, and I really really connected with a lot of people.
It's so funny when you have those we talked about Heart Dog, right? I have heart events, right? There's certain ones that good things have happened, or I don't know, just good experiences that, I had almost told myself I wasn't going to go again because it is kind of inconvenient travel-wise from the East Coast for sure. But it's the last one, man. Mm-hmm. And Erica Cool's going to be there.
I know.
I'm going
to go see her.
That means that we're old. Okay.
Well.
Older.
Okay, so.
Older than we used to be. Okay, speaking of which, we both have a segue. Is your segue going to be my segue? Okay. I just wanted to, see... Okay, we've talked enough about work.
Everyone's caught up.
Crap. No. But, okay, so what's a personal... what's a big thing that happened in your life that you, regardless of work and whatever that's happened that you want to talk about?
I did a lot of traveling in 2022 and last year. Mm. So, lots of fun stuff. Lots of... just put it on the credit card. I'll pay that later. And then you do. And then I don't travel for the next year. And then you went to travel and not travel. So that's been a lot of fun. And then my mom went with us to Barbados this year. And it was just such a blasty blast that we are going to try and do a yearly trip together. But also all of us getting to that age where there needs to be a kid there or to bring a friend. And I don't want to be in charge of someone else's kid. I hardly want to be in charge of mine. So I don't know. We had a lot of fun, beach, pool, but also, and she made a friend here and there. But she needs a little partner in crime too, So I don't know. We'll have to work that out. In people that listen to this know that we lost Gemma and then Amanda right away, right thereafter, which is crazy because she was fine and then so that was a lot. I will say that. A lot of 2023 felt I just felt frozen. I went out there as much as I could to see her. She's been gone a year now, so it was 2023. I went out for her 38th. She's I'm not going to make it to 40, and I was yes, you are. I tried to hold the optimism, but obviously, so that whole year and even towards the end, it was just. I felt like I couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. I just couldn't because I was all of my energy was focused at what was happening and so far away from me. Mm. So that was terrible. But the summer before she passed, her daughter got to come out here and spend 6 weeks, I think, or something bananas. And then her Gemma's dad came out too, so she could fly home. I went and got her. I spent 36 hours in the UK, or 28. It was the fastest. Flew out there, went to Bedford, got her, flew back. It was fun. Hi. But that was really special and really, and Gemma was still alive and present to know that was happening. Mm-hmm. And then we still stay in touch, and hopefully we'll see her. We didn't get to see her this last summer.
Barbados. No, I'm just teasing.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Wait, did we just solve all your problems? I'm just kidding. Okay.
I would take her. I'm just I'm not gonna one of her friends from school. No, I don't know any. I'm not doing that. I don't wanna. I would though. Okay, that's smart. You did just solve that.
Sometimes I have great ideas.
So that's my focus now. I want to make money and travel. I want to work hard and do my job, and still try and put good into the world as far as Salesforce community is concerned. But I really just want to travel. I want to go to the events outside. I want to go to Portugal or Berlin dreaming, and you get to see somewhere cool. Yeah, somewhere cool, and your friends, like, what? But you didn't have to plan a group event or a group travel, because that's hard. Your friends are just going to be there.
Speaking of which, I saw a rumor about, has anyone ever planned a cruise dreaming? I was like, listen.
Oh, that is how Witness started. Listen. I don't know if we're going to release video, so I'll talk it through. Have I told you about my stupid, ridiculous Dreamforce water bottle?
No, but it's
that I actually love and use all the time.
Nice.
I'm at Dreamforce. I'm representing me, which is a really different experience. I didn't have to do anything or be anywhere. I spent actually a lot more time on the expo floor because I was just trying to make connections. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm not going to bring a water bottle. There'll be water bottles there. Somebody will be giving something away. Well, they're just not doing that. And if so, it's like a little tiny Aquafina. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go to the store. I've never gone to the Dreamforce store. I've never purchased something. It's,
I did my very first year before I knew better.
Well, yeah. So I go, I get this. I stand up there. It's a cute little water bottle. And then she tells me the total. And I said, I'm sorry, what? Couldn't even help myself. 62 something. I was like, what? And she says, was the price not on it? And I said, no. I'm going to buy it because I need it. I'm just shocked that this is a 62 water bottle.
It doesn't even close.
No, it screws on with the straw. So, like, if it falls over, it's wet. And I found that the hard way because there's a little hole in the top of it. I guess aeration. Yeah. And it had fallen over in my bag. Yeah. And so I get out my jeans. Thank gosh, wait, what am I, PG now? Thank
Josh.
Thank the knuckles. I don't even know what that was.
Oh my god! I used to have a client who would say pickles as her cuss word because she had kids.
That's real cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it fell over. My jeans were soaked. My bag was soaked. Fun. So I learned the hard way that so this doesn't even shut. But I actually drink more water with it. I like it. It's just $62.
That's ridiculous.
It was like the hardest because I hadn't been back to an event since COVID. So it was like the first event, like non-MVP, non-working, non-nothing. I didn't get anything, and I was like, here's your water bottle. Oh, wait, it's $62.
$62. I have a plethora of water bottles, obviously, from over the years. But it's so funny because the one I like the best, when you try and put it in the side pocket of the backpack, it doesn't stay in. But I love it so much. So it just, like, slides out all the time, which is annoying. But it's, like, the only one I can find when I need to travel.
So are we still doing backpacks?
Like at Dreamforce or in general, do I wear a backpack? I did not go to Dreamforce last year, and I don't believe the year before they did backpacks. I don't remember.
I'm done wearing a backpack, I think.
Tell me.
Because
now you have a satchel, a purse?
I'm just not carrying anything. What do I need? Besides like giveaways, like a little purse or if a little crossbody if I'm like stickers or fun stuff. But I carried a laptop for so many years.
Oh no, I never carried a laptop in it.
Did I ever open it? Did I need it? If I need anything, it's on my phone, and it would make me hot and sweaty on the back. So I was like, I'm not carrying shit.
You're just like pocket free.
It's great.
Then how do you just acquire things?
What? They don't give away anything anymore. They give away shit. There's hardly any stickers. There's nothing. There's no fun stuffs anymore.
Stickers in your name tag sometimes. Oh no, they don't do the pocket ones.
No,
rude.
I didn't wear my little phone lanyard either. But what I was gonna say is
which time? Okay. What were you gonna say? $62 water bottle?
Yeah. Oh no, I was like that we were gonna do it different formatting too. But people will know that. Now we're gonna do like shorter episodes, fun little stuff, fun little segments, things we think, blah blah blah. This is already
but I'm not done
long,
talking about myself.
No, I know I'm not. I'm just saying that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna put that down and then ask you the same question. Work aside. What are some cool things that have happened to you in 3 years? 4 years. Fart years.
I joke sometimes that I'm like, this is how conversation works. I ask you something and then you ask me something back. And it's like, so basically you just want to talk, but you're like asking me something. Because then if he doesn't ask me, I tell him anyway.
Well, of course.
That's one of my other love languages. I have a lot of them. Okay. My thing that I wanted to talk about was I turned 40 in 2023. And if anyone wants to do math. And my goal was to do 40 firsts.
Oh, shit, that's right.
So 40 things for the first time. Trust me, I've also designed a Salesforce org for people to submit ideas and volunteer to go with me on the things, because it was a lot to track in a Google Keep document, but I never succeeded in doing that. But I totally did it. So it was...
You did all 40?
Huh? What?
You did all 40?
Oh, well, okay, no. I had 200, right? I had a bunch of ideas. I didn't do all the things. I would be like, hey, Melinda, what's something cool that you've done before that you think I should do? And you'd be like, go to a swim-up bar in Barbados.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, cool, I've never done that. Let's put that on the list, right? But obviously, so 40 things is like 3 a month on average, right? So they can't all be international trips.
No.
So, yeah, so it was good. At the beginning, I tried to get like pretty niche, just in case I didn't have enough or something. But I hit 40 in like Q3, but looking for novelty and looking at like going to a restaurant that I'd been meaning to try, right, and had never tried. Things like that. It was really helpful to also like see more people, right? To be like, hey, friends, I'm going to go try this. Does anyone want to come, right? So it facilitates kind of multiple things.
Yeah.
I did a good, I got some people with a April's Fool's Day joke with a fake tattoo. I didn't get my mom, which was really my goal, because apparently she doesn't realize that good-looking fake tattoos exist. So she assumed I got a real tattoo.
Yeah. And
just didn't say anything about it. But what she actually said was, good thing it's on your foot so you can cover it up.
Not on your neck.
Yeah.
I'll never get a corporate job.
Obviously, my first one is going to be on my forehead.
I mean...
This is so funny because, like, what did I do? It's been 2 years. I have a list. Let's see if I can pull it up and talk at the same time. That's one of my skills also. So, yeah, that was a really good bit of novelty. I started... Oh, I can tell you. I didn't actually, like, move them to
You didn't move their status? Did you not have a path to guide you through the statuses?
I did. Okay. I actually ate a pecan off of my pecan tree in my backyard.
Oh.
Because it was like, I don't know. Let's just think of some fun ones here. I saw a river dance.
I can do that.
Right?
Well, I broke my foot 2 years ago. I should probably not do fun dancing like that again.
I tried pierogies. I just really don't think I had them before.
It's just fun stuff shoved in bread. Yes.
Yeah. I did a...
Is it German
crawl.
Empanada? You what?
What's that?
What?
A German empanada, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to Burn Camp, which is basically like Burning Man, but a Dreamin' event instead of Dreamforce.
Like...
Right? Like
a
Dreamforce
mini?
to Dreamin' is to Burning Man is to Burn Camp, which was A, really cool, and B, my task was to light myself. So, Brad and I did a collaborative project that he helped me build this crown, and I made it with flowers and lights, and then he programmed it to have a battery pack in my pocket and do different light things, because he can do that on a Raspberry Pi, which is like the size of your pinky nail. So,
sure.
There was that. Oh, we got to drive his Zoom Zoom race car on a racetrack.
Fun.
I gave my dog a shot for the first time. That sucked.
Ugh.
We went somewhere and had a butter candle. Like, literally, it melts and you rub the bread on it and eat it. It's just butter. Right? So
I could get behind that.
My first ride in a Tesla, that's dumb things too, right? So it's not all, but
it's fun that you logged those, because you logged the memory.
What's that?
You logged the memory, too.
Yeah.
Instead of like, people will do, eat a pecan, not think about it. It could be cool, like, oh, that was great, but then you move on. But you've logged it in a different way.
Yeah, and some of it is just like, so one of our first gift exchanges, Brad bought me a sewing machine, which I totally wanted. And people were like, are you sure this is the gift? Right? So he was like feeling doubtful about it. But then I didn't use it for 2 years because I'm ADD and because reasons. So I actually used it and did I signed up for a class. It didn't end up blah, 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 working out. But I made placemats, and Mima helped me. Brad's Mima, his mom's mom, was a big part of his life. She kept him when he was a kid. His mom had 8 kids. And then, me and Mom had 8 kids. His mom is one of them. He's the only child and basically the golden boy child. So,
That's so cute.
He was really close to her. So, she died last year. But I got to, like, make my sewing placemats and, like, do crafts with her and stuff, which was...
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, a really great way for us to connect. So, stuff like that. Like, eating a dragon fruit. It's just this weird thing that's not hard, but I just hadn't done it, So, a full reread of the Sue Grafton A is for Alibi series that ends in Y instead of Z. Stuff like that. So... I could still do more of the things that were on the list. Some of it was like, I don't think I could skydive.
I thought for a long time I could. Like a long, long time I thought I'm going to do that because I've done zip lining, thought it was fun. But I went and did one of those free fall drop things, like those towers years and years ago.
But I'm too fat.
And I was so scared I didn't make a noise. And I was on it with my half-brother, half-sister, cousin, somebody. And we get off the ride and my dad, he goes, "You didn't like that, did you?" And I was like, "No." So obviously I don't like free fall. Like that, I'm not going to like skydiving, I don't think. I really thought I could for a lot of years. I definitely could do bungee jumping. I don't want to scream at the ground, which I guess is also like skydiving.
Well, yeah, but at least you have more options to stop yourself with a parachute, right? Like bungee jumping, you have no. I guess you hold on to.
Hope it works.
Yeah. Nope. But at least you can do it off like a bridge, so it's not as far. Anyway, I don't need to talk you into it. Let's just neither of us.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, fine. Right? Like there's plenty of other way. You can get your jollies some other way. Yeah, that's crazy. That's like a lot. We've done a lot of things before.
We've done a lot of living.
But it feels like a short list. I don't know. But, yeah. Life changes. Speaking of which, we might change our format sometimes. There you go. There's your segue.
I like it. That's perfect. We're going to make it easier and bite-sized. This one obviously is longer, but having to produce longer episodes, especially when they're longer with guests, also made it a little cumbersome. Now there's new stuff out now, like we're using Riverside. I learned about that from you, and then I talked with Jack McCurdy, and he's using it and he loves it, so that would make things better.
The tooling has gotten better.
And I want it to be fun and light and easy. Like I have a travel microphone and they have an app, and so it's just more bite-sized and more fun because I want it to be
we can do whatever we want.
Yes. But we're going to keep super faves because those are fun.
Okay. Ooh,
can I just talk about something that annoys me? Because I really need the world to hear it.
So it's the annoying and then the super fave. Got it.
Yes. Not always. I don't understand, and I think it's from social media. I don't want to say TikTok specific. It has become, this is my observation, I think a way of being relatable, or you're having a casual convo of people eating while making a video. And I don't understand it. And now I understand that I have that misophenia or whatever, that like I lose my shit when I hear someone eating and like crunching and or swallowing. I want to shove pencils in their throat. I understand that I have that. Okay. But like when the people are like on their video and they're like, and then I don't understand. Like, and I really think it's because they feel like it's casual and relatable and like a convo that you would have with your friend. And I want to get behind that, but I hate it. So, if you care about me, don't eat on the phone. People do it on meetings too. Like I'll get on a meeting and someone will be talking through their lunch.
But also, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to be like.
It's just the hearing it. If we were in person, it would be no big deal. We sit at a table and you chew a couple and say also, something.
You live in a world where you could say, "Listen, I love you so much, but that's driving me bananarama, and I can't focus on what you're talking about." So either your choices are you continue to eat because that's very important, and we
nourish
talk
yourself.
Later, or can you stop eating for 10 minutes and we can just knock this out and then you can go back to it?
Yeah, no one does it to one-on-one. It just has become a social media thing. My opinion is it makes you relatable and like.
As I literally drink on this video, somebody might see.
That's different. Anyways, that was dumb. What's your super fave?
Okay, my super fave is on the gram. It's a lady named Anna Kersey. I'm going to say that wrong. PRZY is her name.
It's Prezi.
I don't know.
It's Prezi.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be a completely made up name. The reason I like her, and we'll link a reel or a post or who knows what's it from Instagram. It's just literally like uplifting little moments, vignettes of her, but she has some property where there's like random trees and old furniture and a broken vacuum and like different things, and she's like rolling around in the snow doing jumping jacks. I don't know, but the whole thing, every episode ends with, and you better keep it up, cutie, because I'm so freaking proud of you.
I love her. She's amazing. I just her up. And, she's great.
I also just learned that she plans trips, so maybe we need to go to Iceland in 2026 with her. Let's just put that out there.
Done.
So yeah, it's just I found myself sending those like poignantly to a specific person recently. Like, this made me think of, you need to hear this.
You specifically.
So yeah, that's my super favorite.
She's great.
Yeah. Good job. Keep doing it. I'm sure you're going to hear this and know.
I like it when she like yells in the yard in her robe.
Yeah, but it's like, I just like that it's these message setters are like, what do you mean you're not fine? Like, you're breathing, aren't you? Like, check. Like, it's cute. You're doing great. It'll be fine. How about you? What's your...
I am accidentally trying to become a trad wife.
Ooh! Oh, that's another super fave. Okay, that's...
So, I have gone on a kick. I like to cook. I also am a big fan of...
Define the phrase trad wife. Because I feel
traditional. So, like, if you watch some of those socials, I think her name is Nora, where she makes everything from scratch. Like, her children want a Pop-Tart. She's like, so I decided to make the Pop-Tart. And it's, like, everything from scratch. I got on a kick. I don't know how long ago it was, but I am... It's like when I was growing up, my grandma, you'd go shopping, she'd be like, I can make that because she's a seamstress. I feel like I've become that in the grocery store. And I look at like graham crackers. I'm like, I can make that. So I make graham crackers and cinnamon rolls and breads and pastas and chocolate,
these are
hummus.
All basically carb products.
Yeah. And then, making everything from scratch. And it's been kind of fun.
Okay.
Because it's also... Like, I know what the ingredients... I get why stuff has extra oils and ingredients and shelf-stable and yada yada. But I could make it. And now I got a food processor and one of those KitchenAid mixers.
Ooh.
And I made pizza crust during the Christmas holiday. And I'm just all about making everything from scratch.
So you're like culinary trad wife.
Yeah.
Not necessarily every kind of trad wife.
Yeah, no. It's, more of the fun... culinary. I made too many meals not too long ago that I was like, oh, I gotta take this somewhere. I made butter chicken.
I wish I lived near you.
Got some spices from Amy, but I would like to try and make more for Olive too. I know she's just a kid, and yes, she can have fun kid stuff, but I realize there's kids like sugar. So like, I don't keep a lot of junk in the house, but then of course, if we have it, she'll, grab some chips or some Funyuns. So, next on the list, on the docket, is tortillas. Because those are literally like 3 ingredients. There's no reason.
So, question for you. Do these things require like specific, like, do you need a tortilla press? Is this like an ADD thing?
You really don't, but having the equipment has made me more intrigued to do it. Like having a food processor versus just a blender has been great. Now I will only buy blocks of cheese and shred it myself. Shred it and put it, because it tastes better because there's a powder in shredded cheese. Yeah. So it doesn't stick. But like if you shred it yourself, it's like, oh my God, it tastes better.
And your food processor?
Yeah, it has a little shredder on top. So you buy this big block for the same cost as like 1 bag of shredded cheese and just like brrr, and I fill up like 2 or 3 containers. Some I freeze. It's been great. Cinnamon rolls were lots of fun. Dough that has to rise is a whole thing with yeast. But like, you just be patient. I made... I had like one of those evenings where there's not a really good Middle Eastern Mediterranean restaurant around here. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll do it myself. So I made chicken shawarma and homemade pitas and the best hummus I've ever made and some tzatziki. And the falafel, it was okay.
Was it awful?
It's a really dry. It's a dry food.
Yeah.
So you have to do a lot of doctoring to it. But like, I like to make the things.
Okay.
And
I like it. Lean into it. It's your culinary era.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
Like, I can make that. I'm going to make that.
We're in the phase of trying to eat at home more.
Yeah.
Just literally the goal is eat out less, right? Yeah. Not picture perfect meals, not optimized nutrition, not right? So is it more ready-made meal things? Probably. But you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? It's not even money. It's like just time and decisions and also having
this decision fatigue.
Okay,
trying to figure out what to eat.
Do you and Josh have similar food desires? / do you consider food on equal importance?
It depends.
Oh,
like I often want to dine is the thing. Like I want to go out and dine, especially if I've been home working from home all week. But if he's been traveling a lot, he wants to be home. So at times like that, what we'll do is we'll figure out where we want to eat. I'll go sit at the bar, have a glass of wine, order the food, and so I get a little bit of my fix and then bring it home. But yeah, we like kind of the same stuff. He likes what I cook, which is good.
Right. Brad would rather take a pill and never have to make a decision about a meal ever again in his entire life. And so he just doesn't think about food. Yeah. Whereas I'm like, so when do you want to go to lunch today? Where would you like to go? Do you want to eat at home or not? Right. And then I'm trying to be so accommodating and I'm just asking a zillion questions. And so it's been good to like plan ahead and be like, okay, we're going to eat at home on the days you have lunch meetings. Right. And it just makes it a lot easier.
It's good for that. Those are good for crock pot shit.
But also the idea of if I go out by myself and eat, and again, talk to the people at the bar and have a little time out in the world, and then bring food back for him. Basically, it's like I'm just tipping myself as an Uber driver, right? Like with a cocktail. Yeah. And B, then I get appointed in the joint account, which somehow is also my money, but feels magically special and different. Yeah. So it checks a lot of boxes. Yeah. And it works out. So my little hermit crab gets to stay at home sometimes. That's perfect. So, yay. Well, guess what? So far, it sounds like we're doing friggin' great.
We're doing pretty good. There's been ups, there's been downs. I mean, there's been Felix's in my face.
There's the circle of life has circled, and now we're in a new era, which might include probably eventually soonish, might include an email box or maybe an experience cloud site for you to give us ideas and feedback and talk to us. I like that. We might even start doing video, right? So we're recording on a platform that has audio and video.
This video might go out.
But then you edit the audio, but then are you going to edit the video? But like, won't the video be weird if you edit the audio for the video?
You should be able to do the two tracks at the same time.
Will it be like? Will it be like choppy? Will it be like?
No, it should the track should be the same, like the audio and the video. So if I cut here, it'll cut both, kind of thing.
Right. I guess I'm thinking more of like and I don't know. Cut out an entire section or something, right?
No, I mean maybe if we think it's real dumb, but
maybe it's going to be hard and we're not going to do it. But guess what?
I don't want to make it hard.
We're doing something.
There's going to be times where they're going to skip through like 15 minutes because they'll be like, I don't care about your fucking dog anymore. Stop talking about your dog. But I'm not cutting it out because I'm not. We're in the era of easier. We're in the era of making it easier on ourselves, and it's just going to go out as it goes out
because it's fun or that way. Yeah,
funner.
It's funner.
Do we say anything at the end?
Stay witty?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Well, hey, stay witty.